was at. Does if she wants. I think there may be a third. Guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Slipping in this afternoon is the day before rifle season comes in. So what that means, doing not really scouting, but trying to go to an area where I know there's good deer at. This is a property where we have a lot of does showing up on camera, and then actually 2 or 3 days ago we actually had a really good buck, actually an 8-point buck that we had on this property last year that I was very close to killing. I actually had one encounter with him in the daylight hours last year, and just couldn't unfortunately pull it off. But that deer survived, made it again this year. He's still a good deer. He's picked up a little bit of width, a little bit of height, still has about the same mass, but definitely a big deer, definitely a shooter buck. Dad hunted here this morning. It was actually cold this morning. It's not cold right now, it's in the 70s. But this morning it was low 30s, high 20s, and deer were running crazy, bucks were chasing. I think Dad seen 25 deer this morning, different deer. That's unheard of for North Carolina in this part of the state. So when it's hot, and you got to get in there and hunt. So Dad is actually hunting a separate piece of property than where I'm hunting right now. I'm going in to hunt this same stand that Dad was setting this morning. I've got the old smoke pole, the CVA. I've got all my stuff switched over from where I had been sitting in a ground blind, which is probably where I will be tomorrow morning. I just haven't made my mind up where I'm going to hunt. But I know if the deer are running through here like crazy this morning, I know that they're bedded not too far away. So I'm going to try to get set up, and hopefully a big buck comes cruising through, checking some does, and hopefully we drop the hammer on one, guys. So let's go get set up. Hey, so when we actually got this property, we had to come in and try to get some stuff set up, and it took a little while to do that. So it was later in the year before we really got a chance to hunt in here. And immediately, as soon as we checked the trail cameras, there was that good 8-point buck in here that I was chasing. I wound up not shooting him. I actually wound up shooting an 11-point buck out of here, which was that was a good deer, but not really and truly as big as I would have liked, or as mature as I would have liked. I really would like for that deer to made it another year. It's just one of them things. You've got a split-second decision in a place like this to either pull the trigger or not pull the trigger. So we're here and set up. The wind, as far as where it's blowing for a morning hunt, would be absolutely terrible. Just like the worst wind you could possibly have, and it still isn't the best wind right now. It's blowing kind of down in front of me, but it's drifting over to the left a little bit. Those deer are probably going to be coming from behind me or coming from my left, and by the time they get directly downwind of me, it would have been too late. I'll be able to get a shot on them unless. Unless they came way down below me. Oh, here's a deer. There's a deer coming, guys. That's gotta be a buck. bunch of deer moving down here on the edge of this field on the neighbor's property. There's a little bitty buck. I just seen him, but it looks like I got several does that are working their way up this hill. There's a field right there. And that buck just chasing does right up in this stuff right here. Probably 100 or 150 yards away. I still got that doe and that little one straight down the hill from me. That's what she's been sitting there staring at for the past however long. I don't know if you guys can see those deer or not. It's so thick. Oh, right there he is. A little like 6 or 8 point buck. Uh-oh. Oh, he's gonna check a scrape right there. Look at that. How cool is that? He's a little 6-pointer. He's got 3 on each side, but he don't have any brow tines. Man, why can I not be a big deer? Hey, call me. Text me. All right, let me know. Let me know what y'all see. Alrighty guys, it's the next morning. It is the opening day of rifle season, which is a big deal. It's a big deal here where I'm from. This is when everybody goes in and blows out all the deer that are bedding and sleeping on their properties. And we've been feeding deer all year and scouting deer all year, and we know where the good deer are at, and we know where there's potentially even better deer at. So this morning I'm going to be back in that ground blind. That's why I'm all blacked out. My dad and my uncle's going over to another tracker property we got that's good as well. So clear skies. It's cold. It's cold. It's about 40 degrees. I could stand for it to be a little bit colder, but I actually don't mind there not being a frost on the ground. The deer here move really well in that 35 to 39 degree temperature range, but we're right knocking on the door right on at 40 degrees. So I think it's going to be a good morning. My dad and my uncle pull out there, and then we're going to crank the old COYOTE up and go get back in the stand. Try to shoot a big old deer, guys. I'm so excited. It's rifle season. Well, guys, I know you can't see anything, but I've got 3 does in the field already. I can't tell what they're looking at or what they're looking for, but they were down there just blowing. I'm hoping there's going to be a buck come over here before long. Guys, that right there is one of the does. All the other does are back behind her. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. The ground blind's in the way. But that doe right there keeps staring back down in the corner. If another deer comes out into this field, oh, there they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 does. running from. But they didn't like whatever was down there in the woods. I don't know if maybe it was that truck or what was going on. Well, that's good. I've already seen 6 deer. 10 or 15 minutes. There's the third gunshot I've heard already. That one was a little bit closer. Not really close, but closer. So what happened, the reason this morning is so magical is bucks are chasing, big bucks are cruising. But then you've got all these properties that's been untouched all year that people have never stepped foot on. And all of a sudden this morning they just go in there and they just blow it up. And they do that, they did that yesterday too, going in and putting out corn and hanging stands and doing all their prep work in 1 or 2 days. And all that does is just sucks. It just sucks those deer over onto hopefully our properties where we have established bedding areas that we don't mess with. They have food. And the main thing is that there's other deer in the area that are living here. So those bucks should come and start utilizing some of our properties. But this week, man, the week of Thanksgiving, is magical here. I don't know what it is about it. But I'm going to say 80%, 75% of the big bucks killed in this county will be shot the week of Thanksgiving. And I'm hoping that I'm one of them. Alright guys, we are back in the stand this morning. Yesterday afternoon, we didn't have a whole lot going on. We've seen several does, a couple, and one small spike, but nothing big that, wanted to get shot. We're back in the same stand, just because we've seen so many does. And we know that the rut is on. It's here. Does are getting bred. We actually pulled a trail camera yesterday, and night before last, we had a picture of a buck breeding a doe, a good buck breeding a doe. So that's hopeful. That makes me feel good that some of the does that were keeping these bucks locked down are getting bred. And that should make some of these bigger bucks get up on their feet and start cruising and looking for some different does to breed. So, it's still early, but it's 6:41. Really and truly, it should be a lot more daylight than it is. I don't know why it's taking so long for it to get up to shooting light. It is just now to the point where I could confidently shoot at a deer. And I've been in here, been set up for a good little while now. But fingers crossed, man, I'm hoping one of those does that was out in this field last night will pick up a buck. There's 2 or 3 of the does peeing on their glands, had real dark back legs. So I don't know if that means that they've already been bred or what. I don't know. But we're here, we're set up, we're hunting, and it's rifle season. I got the Savage 308 ready to go. telling you right now, I am trigger happy. I have not killed anything but a doe back in September. So it's been a brutal season for me. I need a little change in luck this year. It's been tough. Hopefully things will start trending upward. Well, we just seen our first deer, a doe, just by herself. Seen her in kind of an odd place, way back to my left. That's the first time I've seen a deer come out right there. But it's just I guess there's a little bedding area off on that side. She's still standing right there. She's smelling where I walked in this morning. That's the first deer that I've seen. Well, guys, we already had a small buck come through. I could tell by the way it was walking. It was just one deer, and it was walking kind of slow. I thought we might luck up and get it done like super early. All right, guys, back in here to hunt this afternoon. Similar area to where we were at this morning. We are going to be up the place where I shot and missed that really good deer with a muzzle loader. He showed back up. I've got him on trail camera. He's a really good deer. I've also got another decent 9-point in here showing up as well. The bulk of the photos that I've been getting of them, though, have been in the afternoons. I'm sure they're moving here in the mornings, but in front of the trail camera, the afternoons has been hot. So give you guys a time check. It's 3 o'clock. We're gonna try to ease off down here. The landowner's dogs are raising Cain, going absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna try to get down here and let everything die down. We've got enough time, really take our time and ease through these woods and get in nice and quiet. So it's magical today. It's cold and the temperature's dropping right now. The rut is on. And big deer on their feet and moving. So let's go get set up, let's have some fun, and let's drop the hammer on a big buck, guys. Fingers crossed we get lucky here in just a little bit. I'll keep you guys posted. Check in with y'all here in a minute. hear something coming down the hill behind me. I'm gonna get the camera turned off. I'll talk to you guys here in a minute. Well guys, that is it for today's video. Deer moving, just not the right deer, not big bucks right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we need some colder weather to get them stirred up. Not really sure what the deal is, but seen 2 small ones this morning, that was it. And seen, several deer over the past weekend. The good news is I've got these next couple of days off work, so I plan on spending a good bit of time in the woods. I'm gonna leave my camera stuff set up, come back to this spot this afternoon. The bigger deer that I've been getting on camera have been showing up in the afternoons on this spot, so fingers crossed we get lucky and get something big to come through. It's Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna climb down, go eat some turkey, hang out with the family, get a big belly full of food, and then turn around, come right back in here and chase these deer again. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me on my channel. If you're new to Southern Extreme TV, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the top left corner. I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. Can only do it with y'all's help. So thank you for hanging out with me. Be sure to stay tuned. I got a lot of good videos coming up in the future. See you guys next time.